Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Today we are going to open up 3 seed orders. One I have already opened because I was excited and I didn't know I was gonna film a video, but I'm like, this will be something people probably would want to see, is like, you know, a seed order. And one of these companies, actually the first company that we're gonna look at, is a company that I only recently found out about and placed an order with. It's called Row 7. Let me see. Yeah, so Row 7 Seed Company, and I found out about them on YouTube. I was watching one of Summer Rain's videos, and she was visiting a garden over in New York, and one of the gardeners mentioned that they get their seeds from Row 7 and that they grow for flavor. And that was just really interesting to me because she mentioned that they grow specifically for flavor, and I just thought, well, don't all seed growers grow for flavor? I don't know. Anyways, that intrigued me to go over to their website. They don't have a lot of seeds available, but I did find things that I felt were interesting that I wanted to grow. Only a few things, because what they have is just, I would say, maybe like less than 10 varieties. I probably should look that up. I'll put that on the screen, the varieties that they have, like how many they have, but it's not very many to choose from. So I picked things that I knew that I could grow and that would probably grow well here. So the first one is Delphino. It's Delphino Cilantro, which is here. And what I love about this seed packet already is that not only do they give you instructions on how to grow, but they also give you instructions on how to utilize the crop. As you can see here on the back of the packet. Now the next seed that I picked out is called Honey Patch Squash, and it says that it is a handheld deliciousness bred to reimagine the workday butternut. Honey Patch packs stunning flavor, sweetness, and beta carotene into a storable single serving squash. So this looked interesting to me. It has a 110-day maturity. It looks like it needs to be protected from powdery mildew. My garden gets powdery mildew every single year, so that will be something I'll have to work harder towards preventing. And then you see their suggestions on how to cook it. They also tell you the breeder on this packet here, which is interesting. And then the last one that I got is the Lodi Squash. It says this is an open pollinated evolution of our Robin's cognut. The same signature deep flavor and velvety texture in a delicious, more compact squash. And these seeds are all organic. And I like the way the packet looks. I like that there is looks like some kind of watercolor of the actual vegetable. And here's the back. Now, when I do squash, I typically, like squash like this, I typically roast them in the oven with oil and spices, and that is good enough for me. Sometimes with the butternut squash, we will like dice it up and then saute it in the pan. But really, like, roasting it is, in my opinion, like one of the easiest ways to do it. I feel like the pan kind of might take a little bit longer. Anyways, I'm not like, I cook when I have to, but my husband, he loves to cook, so I let him do that kind of stuff. All right, so our next package is from MIgardener. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, you know what? Let me tell you the prices too for these seeds of row 7, because I want you guys to know that. So the Delphino Cilantro was $4.50. The Honey Patch was $5.25, and the Lodi Squash $4.95. So they're competitive with a lot of seed companies. Now we know MIgardener offers their seeds for a very low price, which I appreciate that a lot. But I buy from a lot of different people, so it's nice to have companies that are all over the scale. You know, and also it kind of depends on what you're getting. So if you're getting seeds that are, you know, not as prevalent in the market, you know, they're going to cost a little bit more. And then you have certain companies that their prices all across the board are just higher. And then I typically like Johnny Seeds. I don't order from them a lot just because I like to buy a lot of seeds, and I don't like to pay $6-7 for a seed packet unless it's something that I can't find somewhere else cheaper. But that's nothing against Johnny's. I don't have any, you know, anything against how they price their seeds. I know a lot of people use them. A lot of people love their seeds. So it's just, I shop in a variety of ways, and if it's something more rare, I'll pay a little bit more for it. If it's something that's not so rare, I you know, will go to where I can find the best price. Anyways, so from MIgardener, did they change their seed packets? That's pretty. I've got a Violet Aster, which is gorgeous. Apricot Aster. I think this apricot one actually is sold out now. And then we got a Yellow Aster, which is gorgeous. And then we've got Rose Snapdragon. And then we've got a Silvery Rose Straw Flower. And it looks like they're including a free little seed packet, or empty seed packet, so that you can save seeds. Nice. I'm excited about that. I'm planning on growing a lot of flowers, being a little bit more intentional with my cut flower space, unlike the last year. Last year I kind of just like, I don't know, it just didn't feel very put together for me. Okay, so this last order is from Pinetree. I order from Pinetree. I've been ordering from them for the past few years, and so I do like their seeds, and I like their prices, and I like the variety that I can get from there. So first up, we've got Mountain Mint, which is a perennial. I'm excited to start this. And then we've got Irish Moss right here. Now I first saw Irish Moss on YD Garden. Yulia, she posted in her stories about the Irish Moss she was growing, and I'm like, I gotta have Irish Moss. It was so cute. So I went straight to Google, and Pinetree popped up, like, okay, well, I'm already gonna place the order with them anyway, so. But the next one is Ornamental Oregano, which is gorgeous. I love ornamental oregano. I either start it from seed or find it in store somewhere. It's beautiful. I've got Silver Sage, and I like having I like this sage, and I like to plant it out in my in-ground beds as an ornamental. We've got a Summer Squash Lebanese White Bush. And there's no pictures on these. I'll see if I can stick some pictures up in the video. They won't be my pictures, they'll belong to someone else, but yeah. And then I've got summer squash 8-ball, which is a small round, like, think of a zucchini just squashed into a ball, and that is the 8-ball squash. I like that squash. I think it's fun to grow. It's cute, it's compact, and it's just one, like, over the years I was growing a lot of different squashes, and then like I've kind of whittled down to just a few that I actually like. One, because of the squash vine borers, and then two, because of powdery mildew. Powdery mildew just hits the garden, you know, like right on time, and usually I can get a couple of fruits from each plant before, you know, the powdery mildew gets ugly enough for me to, like, okay, I'll pull the vines. But typically I don't treat it anymore because it's something that always comes by. But for the particular squash from row 7, I will try to manage that because I want to make sure I can get a good harvest off of those, and then potentially save seeds for next year's garden. All right, so this is just 3 seed companies of like my buying. I've been buying a lot of seeds since probably December, but these all came together, so I just thought I'd share them with you all. Let me know if you have any questions. I will link to where you can find these seeds in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.